It's Brian Preston, the Money Guy.
Let's move on to SG's question. He says, this is a little bit juicy, Bo.
Uh-oh.
How do you deal with a spouse who is far more fiscally conservative than you? For example, they don't have any debt. They have over $500K sitting in cash in the bank. Yet their net worth is $4 million. So they don't see a need to make the dollars work for them because they feel like, they've already hit this level. What do you say to that?
Man, SG, that's a great question. And here's where we get so programmed into binary solutions. The answer is 1 or the answer is 0. The answer is 1, the answer is 0. Let me ask you a question. All right, so you and your husband, John, y'all decide you're going to play the Mega Millions. And tomorrow you win, I don't know what the jackpot is, but a while ago it goes up to $1 billion. And you win $1 billion. And let's say you pay tax on it, so you got $500 million now. What is your risk tolerance? How much risk can you take if you have a net worth of $500 million?
I mean, honestly, probably a lot because you've got a great backstop, right?
You have so think about that. If you had $500 million and you lost 90% of it, you're still wealthy.
Yep.
So you would argue, I've got this huge risk tolerance. I can go out there. I can do anything I want with somebody, okay. Or you could literally take all $500 million. You could bury it in a coffee can. It would take a couple coffee cans, I think, to get that much cash in there. And bury it in your backyard, you probably never run out of money. So you could say you have a very low risk tolerance. No risk is necessary. And unfortunately, both of those answers is right. Money is nothing more than a tool that allows us to do the things that we want to do. Money in and of itself is not the goal. So SG, if your spouse has a $4 million net worth and you guys have worked through the exercise to determine that is financial independence. If the goal were financial independence, you've satisfied for that. So then the question becomes, what's the why behind the dollars?
Yep.
Do I just want to see how big I can make it? Do I want to see if I can check out of this planet with $40 million? Maybe. Do I want to go buy more things? Okay, spend it. Do I want to leave a legacy for children, or do I want to do charitable work, or do I want to, you got to define what the purpose is for the dollars, because you cannot define the best utilization for those dollars until you know what the why is. So when I hear someone has a $4 million net worth and I hear they have $500,000 in cash, yeah, that's odds are, and I don't know their consumption behavior, $500,000 is probably more than 3 to 6 months of living expenses. Even if they're retired, it's probably more than 12 months of living expenses. But if that's what allows them to sleep at night, and one of their goals is to be able to sleep at night, then that's okay, right? First, you have to start with why. What is the goal? What's the purpose of these dollars? And then you back into the plan that gets you there. For most of us, our plan, our goal, our strategy is financial independence. The way that we get there is through systematic saving, well-diversified portfolio, bucket of risky assets that hopefully grow through time. For folks that are already at financial independence, it's more about capital preservation. So the way that I would work on getting my spouse on the same page is figuring out, hey, what's our, right? Because when we're married, it's no longer me and you, it's us, it's our. What's our goal for this money? What do we want to do? If this $4 million never grew a dime, would we be okay with that? Would we be okay if it sat there? Would we be okay if inflation just eroded the value of it through time? The answer may be yes. And if the answer is yes, then okay, that's an answer you have to go with. Or if the answer is, hey, we want to change people's lives. We want to provide opportunities for our kids. We want to pay for grandkids. We want to give away. We want to support. Then that's okay too. In order to do that, you need to have a plan in place. What's great about a lot of wealth, right? Sometimes we have to design portfolios where like, hey, you need to take on a certain level of risk because you need to achieve a certain savings rate and a certain rate of return to be able to do the things that you want to do. What's great is as your assets grow, as you reach that critical mass that we talk about, you get to live in the realm of I want, not the realm of I have to. So you can design a suboptimal risk portfolio with a lot of money, and that's okay. It can still grow through time, but have a focus on capital preservation, and that's fine. You guys as spouses have to figure out, how do we get on the same page about the purpose? And once we define the purpose, Then we can back into the strategy.
Yeah, that's great advice. I love when we talk about knowing what your why is, because even as you are approaching her saying, I want to do X, Y, and Z, I want to do more. If it's just you want to do more, that's not very convincing for
That's
her
right.
personality,
That's
it sounds
exactly right.
like. So like why? You know, that might be something that she can get behind. So that's great advice. Thanks so much for your question, SG.